Hi, this is Scott Thompson in Retail Tech. In this video, we're going to cover how to make a Crip retail change on iUnify. This is something that most people ordering would not have access to. If you had this capability on SV Mobile or in Mobile Merchant, then you would have this option already turned on iUnify. If for some reason that you need to have this added to your ID and it currently doesn't exist, then contact your administrator there that manages your profile within your store or chain, and they can get it turned on for you. Or you may need to contact the retail tech consultant to assist. All right, folks, so let's go ahead and proceed. It doesn't matter what screen I'm starting from, as long as you're on a screen that has these options at the bottom. I'm going to tap on Task. We got a couple of batches already that I could maybe add to, but I want to create a new batch. I'm going to hit the plus sign. I'm going to tap on item maintenance. This is where if it's missing for you, you need to, and you need it, you need to contact your user administrator to get it added. I'm going to tap on item maintenance. I'm going to click continue, just take the default name of the batch. You can have the items entered in this batch using the standard ways like hitting the plus sign or the magnifying glass or the order guide symbol to enter the items that way, or you can scan a barcode, UPC, or item code. In this case, I'm going to scan a UPC. There are other videos that focuses on deleting prices and the settings. Here we're just going to focus on the setting price tab. Now, before I go further, I want to bring up some notes here that I made that I think will help users that were doing this previously, either in SV pricing or SV mobile or mobile merchant. And that is in those systems, there were price types that were connected to what it is you're trying to do. So a price type 1, for example, was a hard retail. A price type 2 was a margin. So I'll leave this on the screen a few minutes and just kind of touch on some of the points. Um, so if you're going to be making a hard price change, like $3 for $5 or $1.99, and it has no end date, then in those older systems, that was referred to as a price type 1. And this is normally a price that you enter it, and it's going to stay that price forever unless you come back at a later date and change it to something else. If you enter something in that you want to have as a hard price, but you want the system to remember the margin of that price, then you're going to be checking this box here, maintain margin, and that was called a price type 4. If you're entering something that has a price and it has a start date and an end date, and you're not clicking this, margin box, then that was referred to as a price type 5. Normally that's a TPR. Okay. And when you're entering in dates, you have this calendar pop up. You'll see all of this here in a few minutes. I just want to make sure you understand the differences, okay, in the price type 1, 4, and 5. And these are the most common changes. There are other price types, but they're rarely used. But these are the ones that the majority of people are using now. And these are all hard prices, $3 for $1, $1.99, those types of retails. Now, there is also a price type 2. We see that sometimes. It's where people can put a margin in, not a retail, a margin, and the system will remember that margin and maintain that margin going forward. So you'd put in something like a 20% or 15.5%. And to do that, you would be selecting the margin option here. And again, that was similar to the old price type 2. All right, so let's go ahead, get this out of the way, and go back to our live demo. And I've got a price already selected. I'm going to put in a price of 1 for $1.99. and hit apply. So remember, this is same pretty much as doing a price type 1. I made a hard retail. I can put a date on it to start next week or tomorrow if I want to. Or if I leave it blank, it just means do it immediately. I'm going to go ahead and put a date on this one of June 30th. All right, with no end date. All right, let's go ahead and do another item. I'm going to scan a different UPC. I'm still on price. I'm going to go ahead this time and put in a price of $2.99. All right. But in this example, I want, even though I put in a price of $2.99, I want it to remember the margin so that in the future, if the cost changes, that retail will automatically adjust. I don't have to go back and continually revisit it. That is what's referred to as a price type 4. So I'm going to tap that price again. Okay. Key in that $2.99. But I'm going to check this box, maintain margin percentage based on this price, and hit apply. Notice here I've got a little footnote reminding me that I have done that. All right, let's create a third item. In this example, it's going to be another hard retail. Okay, let's do $3.99. I'm not going to check the box this time. I'm going to hit apply. And on the dates, I'm going to go forward in time. I want this to start on Wednesday, August 4th. And I want it to last until Wednesday, September 15th, and hit apply. Okay, that is the same as a price type 5. Typically, it's a TPR, maybe a weekly ad, manager special, whatever you may call it, but it's a price that has a start date and then will automatically revert back to what the original price was at the end of that period of time. All right. One more thing I want to do. I'm going to this time on the next item. Let's find another item here. Okay. On this one, I'm going to tap on margin. And this time I'm going to key in a margin of 21.5%. Okay. Hit apply. The default is it's going to be a positive. You could put in a negative if you wanted to. There's a little plus and minus symbol there where I was keying in the that 21%. So, but normally you would be keying in a positive number. Again, I can put dates on this if I want. Have a start date. Typically, though, this is something that you would enter a margin and you would leave it, and it would compute the retail on its own based on whatever rounding rules you've set up in our pricing department. This one, I don't see that much. Usually people, when they're doing a margin, they're using that price type 4, where they start off with a hard retail, and the system remembers that margin. All right, I'm all done. I'm going to hit submit. Are you sure? I'm going to hit submit again. Now I'm currently logged in as a test user, but if this was a real store in a production environment, then in a few minutes I would get an email with an Excel spreadsheet showing me the items that I just made a change to. That is if I have logged into MyUnify and entered my email address that's attached to my login. So I recommend you do that so you can get email updates and confirmations of what you do. That's it for this video. Thank you very much.